Democratic Republic of Congo, the Congolese army has boosted its troops' strength on the hills overlooking Goma. The positions were previously occupied by M23 rebels until they were forced to retreat this past weekend. But M23 says they pulled out to allow an independent investigation into a shelling that has killed civilians in Goma and the lakeside town of Gisenyi in neighboring Rwanda. For more insight on the fighting, VOA's Gabe Joselow joins us now live via Skype from Goma. Hi, Gabe. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. I think there's a small delay, but you just returned from the front lines recently. Tell us what you saw, what's going on there.
Well, we saw that there are a lot of Congolese forces moving to their foremost positions in the hills overlooking Goma. They're really fortifying their ranks up there days after M23 pulled back from the hillside. So it does look like they've had a lot of success in removing the rebels from really within striking distance of Goma.
How long-lasting is this potential peace period? Because the M23 rebels say they pulled out voluntarily, that they were not forced out, that they're giving room for some investigation. But what's the likelihood they'll return?
Yeah, that's what they say, but I mean, you can't ignore that they were really being attacked very aggressively over the last 2 weeks, not just by Congolese forces, but by the UN as well. So they did suffer some setbacks. At the same time, a lot of people here think that they still have some strength to continue the fight. They still have weapons. They still have soldiers. So we've seen lulls in the fighting in the past. It's always hard to say here how long it could last. But certainly the people of Goma are hoping that this is it, that this will be the beginning of a more peaceful period here.
And also, of course, many are counting on a major meeting that is going to happen on Thursday to discuss the Great Lakes region. What do you think is possibly going to come out of that? And what can you tell us more about it?
That's right. This is a special summit being held in Kampala on the 5th. And it's going to bring together all the leaders of the region, and it's a moment for them to really, all the countries who are involved in or affected by this fight, which really is, DRC, Rwanda, Uganda. It's really a chance then to sit down and try to see if there's anything they can do to try to force a political solution or in other ways to support the peace here. So it could be that this lull in the fighting is a chance to let that dialogue happen. In any event, I think we can expect some kind of major statements coming from that conference.
Very briefly, Gabe, before you go, what has been your own personal experience being in Goma? We've heard so much about it.
Well, it's right now it's this sort of calm period here, but it's always interesting to talk to people on the streets and to get a sense of how the population feels. Like I was saying, they really want this thing to be over. Very supportive of the Congolese army at this point, and businessmen have been hurt when there are no customers around, when everybody's afraid of falling bombs. So I think for life to really get back to normal, there needs to be trust and hope that this peace will last.
Well, thank you so much, Gabe Joselow, reporting for us live via Skype from Goma here for Africa 54.